Good morning, good morning, good morning, good people. Today is Tuesday, January 14th. This month is almost halfway over. Wow, time is racing. So this is January 14th. It's about 6 o'clock in the morning. Good morning, what not a bevy. It's about 6 o'clock in the morning out here in the west of Sin City, east of Death Valley. Kind of cool, right? Right. Uh-oh. What happened here? Okay, doesn't matter. Anyway, so here we are out in the west, 6 o'clock, Department of Career Services, where our goal is to help you navigate on your journey through this life. Trying to think of connecting to words transcendent soul. This life with our transcendent soul. We'll just leave it at that. I think you've got the message, right? So how are things in Fort Jax? How are things in Fort Jax? What not a bevy? Today is Vegas Day. I leave here around 8 for Vegas, have a big conference, a big Zoom call regarding Goldfield at 9. The old Goldfield Express at 9 o'clock. And let's see, what else? Well, let's just get into it then. Okay, so the theme of today. Blast, something great is going to happen to me today. Something great is going to happen to me today. Right, that's the incantation, not affirmation. It's the incantation. And Maticus von Atticus has graced us with his presence today. Interested to find out why you haven't higher insurance unless you had a DUI or something. There's no reason you should, but we'll talk about that later. Moving forward, our theme of today, the meme of today is scars or wounds. Scars or wounds. This is emotional scars or emotional wounds. What does that mean? What's the difference between an emotional wound and an emotional scar? Right, but let's get advice from an 80-year-old. Marry only for love. Well, that's as opposed to what? Power, position, money, duty. Marry only for love. Well, clearly that would be an 80-year-old who did marry for love and is giving advice of here's what I did, you need to do it. Or it could be an 80-year-old who didn't do it for love and has regret. Yeah, I married for power, prestige, money, duty, whatever. And it didn't turn out. I wish I would have married for love because I remember sweet, sweet Sally. I remember sweet Sally, who I love, but I let her go. Ba-bing, bum, boom. Should people marry if she gets pregnant? Well, Steve Jobs' mother didn't get married. She gave the kid up for adoption, but he's an outlier, maybe. I would say she should give the child up for adoption. Try going to one of those adoption places, surrogate centers. No, it wouldn't be a surrogate, but one of those places, somebody who is, anyway, I would say do that. No, I would say, why give the kid the dad's name if the dad isn't going to be around? Give him the name of the grandfather who will be around, probably should be around, right? Bring the family back together. Give the kid up for adoption if you are in a place where they will get the kid out to a proper place. Nye County, not good. Not a lot of people to adopt. You need to go to the big city, man. All right. So, theme of today, wounds or scars? Wounds or scars? Scars or wounds? Advice from an 80-year-old. So I would say marry to grow into love. Not because you're in love and not for anything else, to grow into love over the next 20 years. That's what I would say in hindsight, looking back, versus good genetics for children. Oops. No. The answer is no. I have things I have to do. And you probably don't have any good reason to go to Vegas, so what are you going to do down there? Maybe next week. You got to give me time to plan these things. I have my schedule already planned. So not a bad idea, Maticus von Atticus, but my week is already planned out. My day is already planned. I don't have a place for you in that day. But if you want to talk about next week, we can do that so I can work my way around that. So not discouraging you, just urging you to think into the future. Okay. Any other red letters? So we got a couple good ones here. Daily Stoic, good. About ego. Wasn't really about ego, but ego was something in there. Ego is the killer. Ego's the killer. The killer. TED Talk, Seth Godin, week 3, day 2 in week 3, outside my skull-sized kingdom. Yesterday we learned if you want to get people, join tribe, nudge forward. If you want to have people to help man your ship, your boat, join a tribe and nudge it forward. Today we learned how to nudge forward, and that's you tell a story. Tell them a story. So Seth Godin breaks it down, 4 parts to the story. What we need to change, why we need to change it. First, find something to change. 2, tell a compelling story. 3, connect the true believers, ignore the non-true believers. 4, lead them. So that's what you need to do. How do you nudge it forward? You do these 4 steps. You find something to change, because if you're in a tribe, you join a tribe and everything's good, why would anybody take your lead? Why would anybody say, oh yeah? If you just say, well, let's just keep doing what we're doing, but I want to be the boss. No, why? Why should we let you be the boss? We're happy the way things are. Okay, so find something to change. Hey, we could do this better. We can do this. We can go over here. We can stop that. Whatever. Find something to change. Tell a compelling story. Connect the true believers. Who's coming with me? Ignore the non-true believers. Dust off your sandals. Keep moving. And then lead them. That's it. So that's Seth Godin today. Tomorrow, we're going to learn, how do you tell a compelling story? And then the next day, Thursday, we're going to learn about the story before the story, priming the people. Because if people see the world the way you see it, if they believe you and they see the world the way you see it, and you ask them to do something, they will do it because what? Because they believe you. Ding, ding, ding. What do we have for him, Johnny? Right. Okay, what's next? So that was a good one. Darren Hardy, good. But let's go to Seth's blog. Annoyed. Annoyance. Annoyance is the inflammation that occurs after a mild emotional injury or wound. Like a physical inflammation, if it's not cared for, it can become infected. Somebody's doing something to annoy me. If I don't take care of that annoyance, so it's like last night, I get a text message at 1:10 in the morning from Jade saying, Maria is out there being very loud, watching TV, very loud. She texts me. She's getting upset with that son of a bitch. She's doing it. She could have just walked out and said, hey, Maria, it's 1 o'clock in the morning. Come on, lights out. And gone back to bed. But now it's become personal. The difference is that an annoyance is easier for us to control. We can invest the energy to build a habit about what to do when an emotional injury occurs. We can develop a pattern of letting go. Lights out at, before you go to bed. Announce to everybody, lights out at 10, right? Susan David differentiates between the healed emotional injuries, are scars, rock and roll quotes, and the fresh ones are wounds. Sometimes it's tempting to gain intimacy and engagement by sharing our wounds with strangers, but it might be helpful to share our scars, our history instead. Right. And in the meantime, we can build a practice to manage our annoyance. Okay, share your wounds. And rewind. Share your scars. Treat your wounds. Right? Isn't that what we're called to do? Is that what doctors say? Treat your wounds. They don't really care about sharing your scars, but treat your wounds. Otherwise, they will get infected. I got a lot of emotional scars. Okay. Well, my hunch is you're probably sharing them with Dr. Linden. Or you can ignore them and let them just fade away. Or you can treat them with some kind of thing to have them fade. Yeah. Have them fade. Have them fade. Do things to have them fade. And they do. So, okay, we're 13 minutes in. I think we got it, people. Let me just look one more time at our worksheet. Father Joe Riley, that's a good one. Yeah, I think that's it. Got to get ready to go to Vegas and my Zoom call this morning, other things, big day. Glow Up Academy. Moving forward. Today had a lot of good progress yesterday. We'll have progress today. So, and yes. Okay. All right. Well, people, unless anybody's got anything else, I'm pretty much dead emotionally. Well, if you do so Friday, Sunday was Waiteba. I think it was Waiteba. What you think about, you bring about. So if you're running around playing morbid stuff on your phone all day and thinking about negative, dark things, you should not be surprised that you are emotionally dead. Versus if you watch love stories, watch Shakespeare. Try spending a day watching nothing but Shakespeare movies. And there's some good ones. St. Crispin's Day, Henry V. You could watch Shakespeare in Love. The Tempest. Much Ado About Nothing. What other ones are out there? Romeo and Juliet. That should have been the first one. Okay, anyway, there's a lot of them. So, Pax Mobispo. Everybody have a good day. We'll see you tomorrow. Thank you for being here. Spread the word. Go make disciples of all nations. Right.